Third thing, be something special. Be something special. At school, baseball program, why don't you want to be the player at Starkville High School this year rather than a player? We might have a shortstop here who says, I'm going to be a shortstop in our school district. Why don't you want to be the shortstop? Why don't you want to be the student in your class? Why don't you want to be the brother, the son, the Christian? Why don't you want to be something special? And God does not mind you being special. Another quick story. A little boy in downtown Manhattan, 7 years old. None of you have probably been in downtown Manhattan. Higher buildings in Starkville, believe me. I mean, we're talking about high rises. We're talking about big, big buildings that you can't even see the top. And this little boy couldn't believe it. He's from the South, and he came from a small town like you and we. And he can't believe how big these buildings are. And he tells his mom and dad they're tourists. It must be a billionaire that owns these things. You know, Donald Trump or something. I mean, those things are just monsters. And there was construction going on the other side. And the little boy saw a trailer and said, Mom and Dad, you know, I would like to meet somebody that built these buildings. Maybe that person, a man or a woman, might be in the trailer. Let's see. And they said, no, he won't be there. No, he's too rich. He ain't going to be there. But they decided to go ahead and try. Knocked on the door. The lady answered. They said, is the guy who owns the buildings on the other side of the street and building this one here, is he here? And he was. And he was so nice, that little boy, and patted him on the head and said, son, you have any questions of me? And the boy asked a 7-year-old question, how rich are you? And the man said, well, I've done pretty well. You know, I own this side of the street, and I've got 2 skyscrapers going up. And you have another question? And he says, the little boy, have you always been rich? And the man said, no. Hey, look at my workers. I love them to death. I started out as a worker on a construction project, but I made a decision at an early time in my life. I wasn't going to be a worker. I wanted to be the worker. You know what I did, big guy? I came early. I stayed late. I didn't take a full lunch hour. I outworked everybody else, but I knew if I was going to do that, I had to be noticed. Look at my workers. Gray shirts and white shirts and black shirts and blue shirt. I wore the brightest red shirt every day because I knew I was going to outwork everybody else, but I wanted somebody to notice me who's a powerful person, and I did it. Became a foreman, a superintendent. I got with the right people. We started with some houses. We went to some shopping centers. Finally, we put some deals together, and now I've done very, very well. It all started when I made that commitment when I was a youngster. I wasn't going to be just a person. I wanted to be the person. If you're in Starkville and you have heart surgery, you want to go to a heart surgeon? You want to go to the heart surgeon, right? You're going to go to a dentist? You want to go to a dentist in Starkville? Why don't you look for the dentist? You got money to invest? You want to look at a financial advisor? You want to look for the financial advisor. Guys, at your age right now, you could be something special, but it's got to start right now. It can't start when you're 21 or 22 and say, now I'm going to try to be successful. The next 3, 4, or 5 years of your life, boys, believe me, will determine what you become the rest of your life. So I'm giving you faith. You got to whistle, never have a bad day. Wouldn't it be good if no one in school had a bad day? Or no one on the baseball field had I don't want you laughing when you strike out, but it's not the end of the world.